Welcome to my Hebrew channel, Miel Hebrew Honey, and I'm looking at Ruth 3, verse 2. We're getting into the whole sequence of Naomi giving instructions to Ruth about what she should be doing at the threshing floor. And the first few verses of the chapter are verses that explain how things are set up and where things have to go. So we find some instructions given to Ruth via Naomi. So let's get on with the study. A very interesting section here. And it's the last part of 3 verse 1. Seems a little bit hidden, but it's right in here. Siluk Sof Pasuk. Sof Pasuk is kind of half worn away here. And it begins here then, ve'ata, and then, okay, and then, or now, yeah, ve'ata, and now, halo, is it not, Boaz, okay, again, a rhetorical question. We saw that in previous verse as well. It means he really is, okay, Boaz really is, but it's expressed as a question, a negative rhetorical question, which means, yes, it really is. It makes a person think about what's being asked here. So, halo, is it not? Boaz. Mo da tanu. He's a relative to us. And the word is based on yada, to know. He's well known to us. And you take the mem, when you put that in front of this, it makes it a noun that is pretty strong as to the role of what has to happen there. In other words, he's a relative to us, but he's a relative who has a role. So, Mada Tanu, he is a relative to us. This particular word right here is the root then that's used to identify the kare that we find in Ruth 2 verse 1. Same word there, although in that spot they left the yod in, and the Mashara then took the yod and converted it into holem in the alternate reading. In other words, they made that word over in the first in Ruth 2 verse 1 fit or harmonize with this one, and the same thing then. Okay, so he's a relative who has role, who has a place, things to do. Okay, so he is a real relative of ours. Okay, to us. This is a first person plural suffix, the pronoun on the end here. He is a real relative to us. Asher, who, hayit. Now this is a hey, which you were. Okay, now you were. She's talking to Ruth, and she's saying, you as a person, you were doing this. This was happening with you. It with, okay, Naharotav, with his female servants, with the people who are working there, the young people, the young women working in the field. Okay, so that, and then right here we have an Adna. So first of all, we have an identification of what Boaz is and what she has been doing, and the young women of the field, and then an Adna, and we stop, and then we're going to have a period or semicolon, and we'll continue on with the narration here. Hine, boom, hands up in the air like this. The base meaning of hey is, hey, take a look at this. Okay, so hine, hey, look at this. Hu, he. Okay, that's a independent pronoun, third person masculine singular. Zorre is the word zera is seeds or plants. Also can be rays of the sun, zera. Is when you tie the zayin resh together like this, it's something that's spewing out, and it's in reference to being on the threshing floor and throwing the grain into the air and having the chaff blow away, and then he's there to do some work that evening. Okay, halai I think is at the end here. So Zoreh, he's there to spread his grain out, dry it out, blow the chaff away, and so you'll see this. This is part of the family. This is Zayin Resh Chet, Zayin Resh Hey. Zayin Resh Aleph works as well. It's part of the family. And so rays of the sun, or the rays that go out inside of the veins of a plant, also means planting. And this one here is throwing the grain into the air so that it's being separated from the chaff. So zore. Our scribe has a habit of making a very small zayins, and you have to be really careful to not mix up the zayin with the vav. So, but here it is, zore. He's threshing it on goren. Okay, that's the goren. This is the threshing floor, and has a nun, final nun. Even his nuns and his zayins look quite similar. But this is goren. Okay, goren. Incidentally, it has a segol right here, and as a segol, it pushed the accenting up into mil el on this one. Goren. Ha zorim, that is the barley, plural, the barleys. That's the plants, or that's the seeds that he is clinging in that evening. So he's there to work on this on the harvest, and as we notice, he'll also be there to stand protection of his crop there. So hazorim halayla, in this night. Now it's pretty obvious here that Naomi is well informed as to what Boaz is doing, and now she's the one that's arranging all of this. She's the one that's doing all of the planning, all of the there's very specific instructions to Ruth. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. We are looking for manoah. We're looking for rest. We're looking for a good position and a good family, and here's how we're going to do it. So the activities of this evening are all highly arranged by Naomi. Sometimes that's what it takes. We know what we would like to do, and let's arrange it. Let's get things organized. And we see here high levels of organization on part of Naomi, telling Ruth exactly what she has to do in that evening. So halayla. When you have a hey with as an article in front of the evening or the night, it means this night. Very same thing you do with yom. You got yom, day, and then hayom, today. And then here's laila, the night. And then you have halayla, this night. So this is the night when everything is going to happen. Seems like this looks a little bit like a sof pasuk. That's where the verse is ending here. This simply is a filler for you. In printed text, you're not going to see this thing right here. Over here, the scribe did seem to start the nauraf, the nun right here. He stopped, didn't put any vowel pointing on it, and then began the longer sequence over here. So there was a little bit of a filler right here, but then in handwriting text, this is what you're going to see, but in printed text, this is not necessary, and this isn't necessary either. So yeah, what's happening here, Naomi is telling Ruth exactly the things she should be doing to find manoah for her life and for Naomi as well, and to reestablish the name of Elimelech and Mahlon, and put things back together. Things have fallen apart, but now things are getting organized, and things will come together, and Naomi and Ruth will find rest in the family and before Jehovah. So God bless you, and God strengthen you also in this day. Until the next time.